Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we are looking at Free as a Bird. It's a lovely new stamp set available in the new annual catalogue, which launches on the 3rd of June. If you haven't got a catalogue and like one, just leave me a note down and I will get one out to you. But Free as a Bird, absolutely beautiful. There's this lovely bird image on here. I love birds on a branch. You can colour them in so many ways. A beautiful little bird on its own. Again, you can cut it out, put it wherever you want. Some flowers, leaves, and some beautiful sentiments. We're the best of friends. The world needs more of you. A couple of thank yous and a hello, and your friendship means the world to me. So just lovely. We're going to work with some of our one new and one existing of our framelits. Now, they are the rectangle stitch framelit dies, and we are taking the second largest one down, and we're taking the third largest one down. So that gives us a nice stitched border. And I've chosen Night of Navy and Pool Party on this one. And then we are using the new, let me get them out, the new stitched nested label dies. Absolutely lovely. I'll show you very quickly. There are so many of these, and you've got all sorts of nesting ones. In fact, there's 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 with this piece along there as well, which embosses. So, lovely set. I like the way that you can very easily build a card by putting these stitched layers together. So you've got the Night of Navy and you've got the Pool Party, and then we can have this one which goes in the center like that, and you've got your lovely sort of stitched frame. Before you've even started, it looks lovely. So that's what we're using. This one is the largest of the nested, I'll get the names right because it's still new to me, stitched nested labels dies. So this is the one that we're going to use, and it fits this beautiful bird absolutely perfectly. So let's get this one out and we will ink it up. So let's get it onto a block. Line it up on there, so there's quite a lot of room on there, and then take whichever your preferred black ink is. I use an archival link. We don't sell archival anymore. You can use Memento, you can use whatever you want actually, depending what you're going to be colouring with. I prefer this one because it's just the one that I use, but whatever black ink you have that you prefer to use, use that one. So let's just stamp this in. We're going to stamp it in the center, so let's just take it in the center like that and just give it a nice good press on here. Okay, so we can then take that up, and you have this absolutely lovely, I just can't get enough of this. I just love these birds. They are just beautiful. You could leave it exactly like that and have just a little line drawing on there. It would look lovely. But I'm going to colour this one in, and again we have lots of different colouring mediums, so you can use pencils, you can use our blends, you can use our Stampin' Right markers, you can use our inks with a blender pen or with an aqua painter, whatever you want. It's entirely up to you, and you can colour it in a multitude of different ways. I'm not going to show you the colouring on this. I have already done it, but I just wanted to show you how beautifully detailed this comes out. As I say, it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to just pick it up so you can have a look at it in all its glory. It is just a beautiful, beautiful image. I loved line drawings, as you know, and it makes an artist out of everybody without even having to do anything. So that's the piece that we're going to have on there. Now, the pool party, which is the third rectangle down, we are going to make this background a little pretty. So there's a lovely leaf image. So we're going to take the leaf image out, and let me find a block that it'll fit on. So we're going to just pop it on this block like that, which is an D block. So pop it on the D block, and we need to get the pool party out. And we are just going to create a background. So you want it fairly near the top because it is only going to show from the top. So you can take it round in, let's try and do it so we've got some running both ways. So if you sort of take it round, you can have the leaves running sort of up and down however you want. Just sort of randomly stamp it down, but as I say, get the leaves going in different directions. Just sort of take them round how you want them. I think if you have leaves in different directions, they don't look quite so uniform, and I quite like that. So let's take that one down on here, one going this way, and again it is very much random stamping. There's no rhyme or reason to it. You're just creating a rather pretty background. You only need to go around the edges because the bird is going to actually sit in the center. So very quick, very simple. There we go. We've now got a nice background for our birds to nest on there. So let me just clean that up. Simply chamois to the ready. I use it all the time. It does actually need another wash because I've been doing quite a bit of crafting today, as I always do. And so that needs to be popped back in there. And we are now going to just stamp out. There's two beautiful flowers on here. So there's a rather nice little circular round one which we can put on there, and there's a lovely little tiny one which we can put on there. Now this is where your scraps come in. Whatever tiny weeny little bits of scrap you got over, you can see I've actually just stamped a few out on this little bit of scrap. They are perfect. Don't throw your scraps away. Just keep whatever you've got, and then you see here's another little piece here. But it works on tiny little ones. So I'm just going to stamp out a few of these so you can see, and I'm just doing that in the black like that, and then a couple of the little ones. So we'll have 1, 2, 3 of the little ones. Okay. And then again, you're going to colour those in. So colour them in whatever you want. I will show you what I've chosen to colour everything in with, but it's entirely up to you. Whatever colours you want to go. Flowers, you can do them exactly as a flower should be. You can do them in, so it's sort of slightly abstract, whatever you want. So let me just put those back in here for a minute, like this. There we go. Always try and put things away. And we are then going to, so let me just show you with the blends what I've coloured things in with. I liked the Pale Pool Party and the pale pink. What is it? The petal pink. So if you just do, let me just do one of these to show you. I struggle getting these lids off. What I did was I just took and did the inside in the light Pool Party. Then I took the petal pink. Now let's see if I can get this lid off of this one. I'm not sure whether I can, and it's almost running out. But I took the petal pink over like this because it really adds just a beautiful colour. And then I did the dark petal pink round on the which I won't do for you now, but round on. The nice thing about some of the line drawings is if you look at them, you can see where these dark lines are. They will give you the shadow. So if you colour those dark lines in a slightly darker colour, you get that little bit of shadow in there. So I just wanted something sort of fairly pale in there. But as you can see with the scraps, then get yourself your snips and just fussy cut them out. It takes a few moments, but what I tend to do is I'll have a whole lot like this, colour them all in, sit in front of the television in the evening and just cut them out. So we've got this piece and we've got our Night of Navy for this to go on. And then we have our birds, and I have got one that I've already coloured in to save some time. So let's put this one in on top. So colouring in on this, I used our I used light and dark on the crumb cake. I used the ivory, so on the branch was the dark crumb cake at the bottom, the ivory on the top because I wanted it quite pale, the light crumb cake on the top of the bird, then Calypso coral for the little bird's beak, the old olive light and dark for the leaves, and then the petal pink just for the little flower in the centre. Okay, so we've got that on there like that. Now, what I'm going to do is let's get a card base and start putting this together, because then we can have it so that it looks absolutely lovely. So we are going to take, let's put that down, Heavy Whisper White, and we're going to just glue these pieces down first. So I really like the way we can coordinate all our stitched pieces together. It works really nicely. And I've always liked these rectangle ones, which are still fairly new. But the labels just work perfectly with it. Now, our UK size isn't exactly the right size. You could cut it down if you want, but I'm not overly fussed. Bit of wiggle room, and we can put that down like that. Then might be a little bit crooked, but hey ho. Then we're going to take the next layer and we'll just put that down like that. This will line up perfectly. There we are. So we've got that one on there. Then we've got the birds. Now I'm going to put the birds on with some dimensionals because I want a little bit of... Do I want dimensionals on this bit? Let me get my flowers out, because I've done the flowers and fussy cut them out because I didn't want you to have to sort of wait around for me to do that. So I've cut out 2 of the large ones, as I say, in the 2 large and 3 small, and as I say, colour them in. So I'm going to have those along the bottom. So do I want those? I'm actually going to, right, this I am going to just stick on with the Tombow. I don't want too many layers, depending how you're posting it. If you're posting it locally or you're giving it to somebody, you can go as wild as you want with the layers. If you are wanting to keep your postage down, you can see that this fits absolutely perfectly with just a little tiny piece off. But doesn't that look nice on there? Absolutely lovely. So now we are going to take these little flowers, and what I have done is in this stamp set there is, where is it, a lovely thank you, or in like a little handwritten font. So I really like that. So I've cut that out just on a little tiny scrap and just made a little flag at the end, and we're going to put that down with dimensionals because I want that to stand up a bit. So let me get I think I want minis on these, so let me get my minis out. Minis are just perfect. I do like them so much. Right, we're going to take this in. I've made it quite long because I want the flowers to sort of go over the top of it. So by making it quite long, it means that you can put it in the position that you want. So let's take this off. And what I might do, because I fancy a little bit of colour in there, I'm going to put a little bit of complete brain fade. I've forgotten what it is. It's the little thread. So take it round 4 times is what I normally do. Take it off and then twist it over in the centre and then just hold it. And then you can just trim that as you want. And then I'm just going to put that in on the centre dimensional. Have I got that? I've got a little twist in on there. Didn't quite catch that. Never do this live on camera. I got it down on that bit. Yes, I think I have. I just wanted to spread it out a little bit. And what happens is that it catches onto the dimensional, and then you've got that really sort of nice pretty bit in. I do need to sort of spread it out a little bit, and then we can put it down there in on the bottom. I want this to actually line up onto that little edge there, so let's put that in, and then you can just sort of spread it out just a little bit if you want to. It just gives a little bit of added sparkle on there, which is quite nice. And then we are going to, and there is method in my madness, it's very right, so we are then going to take our flowers. So I want a large flower there and a large flower there, and then I want one little one, so we'll have one little one on there first of all. Whoops, let's take the minis, put those on. This is why I don't normally finish off cards, because when you're creating, you do tend to, what I call faff about. You spend time in trying to go, oh, okay, fine. We want an odd number in the flowers, because you should always have things with odd numbers, so 3s or 5s. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little flowers, 2 large and 3 small. So you want to then take them so that you're going to get the right sort of angles and things on them, and you don't want it to stick out too much and all of those sorts of things. So this first one is going to come on to the end of this one. So let's just put that just on the end like that. Then we'll take a large one and we'll tuck that just in underneath like that, and then put that down so that it comes a little bit on both pieces, so we've got some little height and definition on that. Then we can take, we're going to put this one in next, because we then can tuck the others behind, but what we don't want is for it to be sticking out too far. So I think probably about there. I don't want it too much onto the other colours, but I think that's about right. Take this little one, pop that one in. You can just sort of turn the angles of them as well a little bit like that. And then we'll have the other one in, just tucked in between both of those. And that's why it's quite nice to do it. I want that one to go in underneath as well. Whoops, don't want that tucked in. Stop talking while I do it. Like that. There we are. So we've got those on top and those underneath. So you've then got that on there. And then what I would do just to finish it off as well, because we've got a little bit of that metallic thread, we need to take, we've got some rather nice metallic pearls. I tend to use these more than the plain pearls now because you've got some lovely colours and tones in. So I'm going to take the gold ones and take your pick tool because it's easy to pick them up. A couple of stray ones, and I'm not going to put them in all of them, but I think I'm just going to, let me have a look and see. I'm going to have one, pop him up. I'm going to have, do I want one on this one or one on that one? I'm going to have them on the larger ones, I think, because sometimes I have to remember less is more, and it's quite nice to just put just a couple like that on. I don't think it needs any more. You could put them on all of them if you wanted to, but I think that that just works. You don't want, as I say, too much on there because otherwise it starts looking too busy. You want it to look elegant and pretty, but you don't want it to look so that it's sort of over blinged. But I think, let me move some of this out of the way so we can have a look at it in all its glory. So that's one that I'm going to do another one with, but let me just take this out of the way so that you can then see it without all of the bits on there. So we have, as I say, the absolutely beautiful Free as a Bird stamp set coming in June. The flowers across the front, a little thank you on there, and I think it makes an absolutely beautiful card. So thank you so much for watching me, and do look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.